What's up? We're back, and now for the last class that we can find in early access, the Wizard. Now, the Wizard has been iconic over the years, so we're going to be looking at a couple of the schools, since I highly doubt all of them are going to be in the game at early access, but we'll progressively get them as the game goes on. And we're also going to look at some of the iconic spells. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy as we delve into The Wizard. So let's look at the Wizard. What makes them special? Well, they're scholars of arcane lore, and they use their knowledge to their best abilities. They're full casters, they're going to constantly be getting new spell slots. And everything is about their specialization. They don't really have much in the terms of things that every wizard's going to get the same. The only big thing is going to be the arcane recovery and the ability score improvements. The rest of the stuff all come from your subclass. At least until we get to extremely high levels, which we probably won't even see even when we get the full game. So, wizards are very squishy. They don't have a lot of health. You're starting with 6 plus your con, and you're only going to get 4 plus your con modifier as you level up. You don't get any armor, and you have very few selections in terms of weapons, because this is all about your spell casting. You get a quarterstaff or a dagger, component pouch or arcane focus, and you get a spell book. Now, wizards don't know every spell available to them, but they do learn a lot of spells, and then you can prepare spells based off the ones you know. On top of that, you can spend time to add new spells to your book by copying it from spell books that you find. So you can have a lot of options as a wizard, and that's what a wizard is about being. You get all these options, and then you prepare what's appropriate to your situation. So, let's see here. What else did we have? Arcane recovery. One of the ways that you can get back spell slots so that you can do a little bit extra on your spell casting. This is a fun little ability. It's once per day, and it's going to get you half of your actual level of wizard in spell levels back. So, that's good. And then you get your ability score increases at 4 and 8. These are how you're going to improve if you go ahead and start out with your intelligence as high as possible. By the time you get to level 8, your spells will be doing as much as possible if you keep improving the intelligence. So, let's look at the subclasses. The first one I think we're going to get is going to be Abjuration, and this one is all about being a wizard who's an anti-spellcaster. Everything you do is designed around stopping other spellcasters. And one thing about the schools is they all have this savant ability that makes it easier for you to copy spells into your spellbook that match your school of magic. Arcane Ward is a little bit of extra health that you get that regenerates as you cast Abjuration spells. Which Abjuration spells are barriers or things that take down other magic. It's all about setting up guards and wards. Now, you have a projected ward as well at 6, which lets you extend this barrier to your allies. And then at 10th level, you become better with counterspell and dispel magic. And since I haven't been showing higher than 2nd levels, I am going to show 3rd level spells for these just so you can see why these two spells are so essential to this class. Now, Evocation is the other one I expect us to get, which they can make their AoE effects not affect their allies. They can make their cantrips stronger, and then when they get to 10th, they'll make any evocation spell they cast do more damage. Firebolt is going to be one of your go-to cantrips. It's a nice long range, good fire damage spell that does more damage as you level up. And Shocking Grasp is going to be your go-to melee spell, doing similar but with a d8 of lightning damage, and it's easier to hit targets that are wearing armor. Then it takes away their reaction so that you can just run away without provoking that attack of opportunity. Burning Hands here is one of our good AoE spells, and one of the things that the Evocation Wizard can modify so that you don't hit your allies. And with the 15-foot cone, you can get quite a few enemies in that. Comprehend languages. It's one of the things about D&D is the fact that creatures speak different languages. And this will help you get over that language barrier so that you can understand what they're saying. Find familiar. As I've said before, familiars are going to be much stronger in this game. So expect this spell to be very good. Mage Armor is how you actually get good AC for a wizard. Because rather than just having 10 plus dex since you can't wear armor, this spell will let you get 13 plus dex. Magic Missile, it always hits. And you get 3 of the darts. So, when you absolutely need to put something down, this is a go-to spell. Shield is one of your good abjuration spells, and this is where I was talking about by setting up a ward. You get a barrier to stop attacks from hitting you, giving you a +5 to your AC. And if someone's using Magic Missile against you, it stops all magic missiles altogether. Melt's Acid Arrow is one of the classic ones. It's a bolt of acid that does damage not only when it hits, but the turn after as well. So that makes for a very fun spell. Scorching Ray is another classic, in that you get to fire 3 rays of fiery energy, and then as you upcast it at those higher levels, you get even more rays. So another fun spell. And now, Counterspell. This is what the Abjuration Wizard's all about. When you see another spellcaster casting a spell, you counterspell it. Stop that spell from being cast. And if they go to cast a spell that's a higher level than the level you're using for counterspell, it still has a chance of doing it. You just have to roll a check. Dispel Magic is the same way, but this is for getting rid of the spell effects that are already up, as opposed to stopping them before they happen. Now, you're probably asking, well, why would I want to do this when I can just counterspell to stop it from happening in the first place? Dispel Magic also works for lingering effects in the field. Say you come across a barrier that was cast years ago. Dispel Magic could remove that barrier. So, this one's much better in the exploration phase of the game. So with that, we've completed our talk about the Wizard. Hope you've enjoyed, and look forward to those of you who intend to play it. Can't wait to see you guys in the game. Y'all have a good